Mutant mosquitoes in Florida, pay for play at Hillary's State Department, and the threat to Christianity from artificial intelligence. This is Skywatch TV for Wednesday, August 10th, 2016. I'm Derek Gilbert. First up, we thought it couldn't happen here, but in the state of Iowa, the government is claiming the right to control the content of religious gatherings that are open to the public. At issue are guidelines issued by the Iowa Civil Rights Commission on transgender rights. For example, banning statements in meetings that are open to the public that might cause individuals to believe that they are unwelcome because of their perceived gender identity. The Fort Des Moines Church of Christ has filed a lawsuit challenging the authority of the commission, the suit filed in July. They're asking a federal court to prevent Iowa from censoring what its pastors can say about homosexuality, same-sex marriage, and transgender issues. The Iowa Civil Rights Act bans places of public accommodation from expressing views on human sexuality if they would directly or indirectly make persons of any particular gender identity feel unwelcome. And of course, the state of Iowa defines churches as public accommodations. Now, here's an interesting twist. I told you the other day about several people who died mysteriously over the last 3 months with connections to the Democratic National Committee and/or the Clinton Foundation. One of them, 27-year-old Seth Rich, was in charge of Democratic National Committee's voter expansion data. He was shot multiple times in the back and not robbed, even though police in D.C. claim that the motive for his death was robbery. Well, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange has added an interesting development to this story. He's offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and prosecution of Seth Rich's killer. And Assange hinted in an interview that Seth Rich was the source of those emails that were so embarrassing to the Democratic National Committee. And speaking of embarrassing email, new mail from Hillary Clinton's private server released by the watchdog group Judicial Watch shows that the Clinton Foundation and its top donors were looking for favors from the United States Department of State within 90 days of Hillary becoming the Secretary of State. Coincidence, I'm sure. And despite evidence that terrorists from Saudi Arabia exploited the U.S. visa program to gain entry into the United States, it appears that then Secretary of State Clinton doubled the number of visas for Saudi visitors to the U.S. while helping work a deal with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to waive security procedures for Saudi nationals when they entered the United States. Investigative journalist Paul Sperry reports that Clinton helped negotiate a deal with Saudi Arabia to allow Saudi visa holders to enter the U.S. as trusted travelers. This allowed them to bypass the normal security procedures that you have to go through when you enter the country's borders. And the number of non-immigrant visas issued to Saudi nationals during Clinton's time as Secretary of State increased by 93%. It appears that an FBI agent egged on an ISIS terrorist in Texas just before he shot up a crowded hall gathered for a Draw Muhammad event. An affidavit filed in federal court last Thursday revealed that an undercover agent texted Elton Simpson, "Tear up Texas," a few days before he and an accomplice, Nadir Sufi, were killed by an off-duty traffic cop who happened to be at this gathering. The affidavit was part of an indictment against Eric Jamal Hendricks of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's charged with conspiring to provide material support to ISIS. Now, the revelation of this link between an FBI informant, undercover FBI agent rather, and the attack in Garland, Texas, means that every major U.S. terror attack in recent years was linked to an FBI investigation before it happened. Spokesman for the U.S. military has confirmed that the photos released by ISIS claiming that it captured American military hardware are authentic. General Charles Cleveland said the loss happened during fighting last month. The U.S. troops abandoned that equipment under fire, he said. The fighting took place July 24th and 25th. 5 U.S. soldiers were injured during the battle. 2 have returned to duty, and 3 more are expected to make full recoveries. The Muslim Brotherhood in Italy is demanding that polygamy be accepted as a civil right. The founder and president of Italy's Union of Islamic Communities and Organizations wrote this week that if Muslims have to accept gay marriage as a civil right, then Italians must accept Islamic polygamy. Now, this map shows where polygamy is allowed by law. Light blue states permit it. Dark blue states just don't criminalize it, though it's not legally supported. Green states make it legal only for Muslims. Another Hamas terror tunnel collapsed Tuesday night. This was in the Shujaiya district of Gaza City. 7 people reportedly hospitalized after that accident. Here at home, mutant mosquitoes are a go for Florida. The FDA released a final environmental assessment of the trial last Friday of these genetically modified mosquitoes deployed to fight the spread of the Zika virus. These mosquitoes have been genetically engineered to include 2 copies of genes that are supposed to kill the baby mosquitoes. The company that's produced the mosquitoes, Oxitec, claims that trials in Brazil, Panama, and the Cayman Islands reduced mosquito populations by 90%. But if the idea of genetically modified mosquitoes troubles you just a bit, you're probably in the majority. A new survey by the Pew Research Center shows that most Americans are worried about transhumanist enhancements for humans, like gene editing our children, synthetic blood for improved physical abilities, or brain implants for improved cognition. In fact, the number is about 2 to 1 against those enhancements. Research also found that the more extreme the proposed enhancement, the less likely people are to support it. I suspect that's because here in the United States, we still have a majority of people who believe that this type of enhancement is tinkering with God's design. But even more than that, I think it's because we understand that these enhancements won't come cheap, which means it's going to further widen and perhaps make genetically permanent the gap between the haves and the have-nots. Well, a researcher into artificial intelligence says that AI-powered chatbots, are a clear and present danger to humanity. A fellow named Alan Metcalf, a researcher into artificial intelligence, says that Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and other companies, developers, are building AI-powered chatbots for use in education to train up our children in the way they should go. And he points out that most of the computer types programming these AIs are people who don't believe in the Bible or Christianity. Says that the effect on the next generation, unless we as parents take active steps to intercede, will be huge. Well, what's the deal with these sinkholes opening up all over the place? Some are asking if there's a prophetic connection here. Tuesday morning, a sinkhole opened in Albany, New York that swallowed an SUV. On the other side of the world, Brisbane, Australia, a sinkhole reported to be about 300 feet deep opened up in a backyard. And in China last Wednesday, heavy rains led to a sinkhole that swept a woman away in floodwaters. Several hundred sinkholes open up every year in the United States. Florida especially seems susceptible. But a rabbi in Israel, Rabbi Avraham Aryeh Trugman, director of the Or Kaddish Torah Institute, and please forgive my pronunciation, he says that the sinkholes are connected to the story of Korah. Now, Korah was one of the Israelites who rebelled against Moses. In fact, he led the rebellion against Moses in the wilderness. And in response, God opened up a giant sinkhole, swallowed Korah, his family, and all of his supporters. Well, Rabbi Trugman says, according to the commentaries, Korah was a righteous man until he rebelled against Moses. And his claim that all the Jews were equally holy, and thus Moses was setting himself up as someone special, was a valid claim, but made at the wrong time. Rabbi Trugman says that when Korah first made his claims of universalism, that we are all holy and God is in our midst, he was blinded by ego and it wasn't yet the right time, but that in the future, in the end of days, Korah will be considered righteous and his claims of universalism will be accepted. With all due respect to the rabbi, here in the United States, among professing Christians, there is a growing trend to accept the claims of Korah, that we are all righteous and God will accept all into heaven. But however you try to parse that, the teaching is not in the Bible, not in the Torah or anywhere else in the rest of the Bible. And of course, we as Christians should understand that Jesus meant when he said that there is only one path to heaven. He is the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through him. But this is just indicative of a drive in Israel, it seems, as an outside observer, to prepare for Messiah's arrival, a sense that his arrival is near. And of course, as Christians, we understand that it's his return. But the Temple Mount Institute, I talked about them again this week, they've released a new video this week promoting the time for the construction of the third temple. This video being released in advance of Tisha B'Av, which is the 9th of Av, the day every year when Jews mourn the destruction of the first two temples. Watch this. This year, Tisha B'Av runs from sundown this coming Saturday until sundown Sunday. Now, as Christians, we understand that we don't need the third temple. Christ is our high priest, and his sacrifice was perfect, once for all. But we watch for it because it is prophesied that a temple will be rebuilt and that the daily sacrifices will begin again, only to be stopped halfway through the 7-year period called the Great Tribulation by the Antichrist. So we watch for signs of the return of the third temple or the construction of the third temple because it's a signpost on the road to Jesus' return. This week on SkyWatch TV, we are talking about one of the most mysterious episodes in the Bible, the creation of the giants by a group of angels called Watchers. Now, they're not called Watchers in the book of Genesis. Watchers are mentioned in the book of Daniel. But in extra-biblical sources, the book of Jubilees and the book of Enoch, they're referred to as Watchers, 200 who came down to Mount Hermon and sinned. What do we know about those Watchers? Dr. Michael Heiser explains that the Mesopotamians knew who they were, the precursors, the forefathers of the Hebrews. He'll talk about that tonight, coast to coast on the Cornerstone Network this afternoon, actually, 2:30 p.m. Central Time, and then again this evening at 6 p.m. on the World Harvest Television. The program on World Harvest Television follows the Jim Baker Show, 6 p.m. Central Time. And then tonight, WLLA TV 64 in Kalamazoo, Michigan. If you're down in Arkansas and around Memphis, you can watch it on the Victory Television Network Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. And then WCLF TV in Tampa, St. Petersburg, broadcasted again Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. And of course, the program is available now on demand, the SkyWatch TV channel on Roku. Don't miss this week's web exclusive, Dr. Michael Heiser talking about the origins of demons. That program available only at skywatchtv.com and the SkyWatch TV channel on Roku. Of course, we offer a portable version of these programs. Everything we do at SkyWatch TV converted to audio only and then added to the SkyWatch TV podcast. You'll find a page explaining the podcast, how you can download it, and set it up so it automatically downloads to your smartphone, tablet, MP3 player, iPod, or desktop machine, whichever you prefer. At skywatchtv.com, look in the top menu bar where it says podcast. During the month of August, our thank you for your support, additions for your library, powerful moments in the presence of God, thoughts to inspire and strengthen you, and a place at the table, 40 days of solidarity with the poor. We'll send those books to you if you live in the U.S. and Canada for your donation of $20 or more. Again, that's during the month of August while supplies last. For more information and to donate, log on to skywatchtv.com/donate. And of course, your mouse finger can be a great help to us too. At no charge, just click like, click share, click subscribe, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. And you'll find my things online here, my Facebook page, website, Twitter feed, and of course my new YouTube channel, where tonight, posting 2 more interviews from the Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference. We talk archaeology with Dr. Randall Price and Timothy Mahoney, the filmmaker behind the excellent film, Patterns of Evidence. You'll find that tonight, my YouTube channel, right there. If you have comments, questions, or suggestions for us, please email those to dgilbert@skywatchtv.com. And thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is SkyWatch TV. SkyWatch TV can help you break through the barriers of space and time and get a valuable reference library at the same time. Here's what I mean. Maybe you weren't able to attend the Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference in July. That's a problem of space. Or maybe you were at the conference, but you had to choose. You could only watch one presentation at a time. No way to see all 53 presentations in real time. That's a problem of space and time. But thanks to modern digital technology, those barriers mean nothing. We can take you from your living room in the future to Colorado Springs in the past to watch all 53 presentations, many of which were recorded at the same time. And that's not even including more than 24 one-on-one interviews with all the speakers who were present. When you pre-purchase the complete DVD set from the Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference from SkyWatchTV, you'll get all 53 presentations recorded live, plus the 24 one-on-one interviews, and we will add the 5-volume Researcher's Library of Ancient Text. That alone is a $150 value. Your cost, $149.95 plus shipping and handling. This is a limited time offer. Your opportunity to travel from your living room in the future to Colorado Springs in the past and watch all 54 presentations from the Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference without ever leaving your comfy chair. Time and space, no problem for SkyWatch TV. Order now by calling 844-750-4985 or log on to skywatchtvstore.com.